first things first, I want to ask. I don't think a lot of the fans out there quite understand the coach's perspective on cut day. Right now, the Steelers have to get to 53 by 4 o'clock tomorrow. A lot of lives are going to be affected, and I know as a head coach, you don't take these type of decisions lightly. What was it like leading into cut day for you?
Well, I mean, I think the biggest thing, Trey, that you want to do is just make sure that your football team has got depth. I think the biggest thing for me was making sure that we had positions where we were solid, and the players that we had like, kind of accepted the role that they were. I always say it's not the best 53; it's the ones that fit this particular team at this particular time. And sometimes, injuries will have a lot to do with that initial makeup, but then you put together the practice squad and you kind of let the team take over. So I think right now it's a making sure that is there any positions of question that you may have going in? Was it one what was once a strength is maybe a little bit of a question mark in your mind, and one was a question mark, and you feel pretty good about the group that you have. So I think a lot of those questions you still have. I know there's only 3 preseason games, and a lot of these guys don't play, and that's why the backups are playing to kind of get a feel for what the depth is like for your particular team.
And I know when you get to this point, and a lot of people talk about practice squad and those type of things, and people just assume that the players who don't make the squad will eventually just be put on the practice squad. How much time does it take for you now scouring other people's roster, the waiver wires, to now make up your practice squad?
I think it's very important. I think that's the group of guys that are going to come with you, and when they're with you, they're learning your system because the biggest thing when you have injuries, and particularly if you have more than one injury at a position, be able to insert someone who understands your system that doesn't give you a big drop off or limit what you can do just because of the fact there's no experience or understanding of what you're trying to do. So I think the biggest thing that you have to have is a group of guys that can in a very short period of time. And that's why I think some of these veterans that are out there, getting them on your practice squad, they may not need the reps, but you may need them to be able to play and step in for you in a very important part of the season. And so that's why getting people that can understand your system, that have maybe been there before, if they've got a veteran, some kind of experience about them, allows you to feel better about the depth you have. Because ultimately, when you talk about right now in the National Football League, I mean, it's 18 weeks, it's 17 games. So you got to start counting snap counts. And some of the things you need to do right now is making sure that you don't overplay a person early because you want them to be at their best in December and January. So I think right now, counting snap counts and getting a good rotation of people, particularly early in the season, they got experience. You're taking away the starters, maybe getting wore down too much because you want to have your best football team ready to be playing its best football in December and January.